If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. This guy has defending, eh? Where's my controller? Where is it? Okay. My bottle was covering it. Okay, so with Iwobi, 70 defense. That's interesting. 6'1" controlled, 4-star, 3-star, right-footed. Okay, so Nigerian player, plays for the Premier League. Could give you some cool links with that, right? Winger plus, wide playmaker. Okay, so listen. There's a new patch coming out. So with the way that attacking AI works, winger plus could be really nice, okay? So we just have to mainly look at general feel of the card, which we look at anyways, right? Because with movement, it's more so like, how do you move on the ball? How do you shoot under pressure? Like stuff like that's always the most important things to look at, right? But he does have winger and wide playmaker. That's interesting. Winger is not really something that I personally use as of right now, but yeah. He doesn't have it for right wing. It would be nice to get right wing on a winger. It'd be an interesting one to try out. But regardless, finesse shot. I mean, honestly, if you go with like the left foot finesse, because you're going to mainly use them on the right hand side, I think, right? But technical, flair, relentless, and a pinged pass. See, you know what's really interesting about this card, right? Because there is this variable to consider. Okay, because he has the roles of wide playmaker as a right mid, for someone that has defensive stats, especially with this new patch coming out, because it might be even more noticeable, to be honest, right? You can probably give him a hunter, and then it would just be like an attacking center mid type. Not even attacking center mid, because wide playmaker doesn't even necessarily mean that they attack. It's just they kind of set up and then defend as well. So it's an interesting variable to work with, especially when this patch rolls out, if they do the same thing to the new gen, right? But yeah, a lot of interesting things, because you could honestly go in the route of giving him a shadow or a hunter. It is mostly going to be a hunter for sure, but you know, passing's in a decent area. Having defensive stats is always a plus for sure. And then for physical, he might be really nice in that too, because I feel like he probably has the body type for it as well. So yeah, we'll see how he plays in game. For me, I would mostly use him on the right side. I'll see if I can find a tactic that might have the wide playmaker that could be cool to work with. We'll see if we can. We'll see if we can work with that a little bit. But yeah, I'll try not to do Trivelas, because if they do that nerf for the new gen, then you know. By the way, just realized he has the center mid position change. I wasn't looking at that initially. I thought it was just right mid. That actually adds a lot to him, guys. Because I can maybe use him as an. Does he have any? He doesn't have anything for center mid, but honestly, as a box to box, like he could do well. I want to try him like that actually. Also, key thing to mention is that he's a lengthy on an anchor. Just letting you know that adds to him a lot too, because in the future, if a 3-back becomes good, you have a good balanced player in that position. But then you could switch him to center mid and use him in like different ways too. So I'm curious to see how he plays. I want to try him on an anchor first, just to see what he's like kind of generally like on the attack and defense, because I'm playing him as a center mid on a half winger, so should be interesting. Only once, eh? Only once. That's it, no more. See, a little bit of a physical presence there, right? Using him in the midfield. That's AI getting that ball for me too. Yep, has a physical to win that. He's already kind of taken off, right? If I time a run there, considering how physical he can be in that situation on the lengthy, could potentially get that ball, right? Yeah. It's not agile enough for me to like time that through pass there. But it's great. The run idea is fantastic, right? Yeah, his intercept probably could get that, right? There it is. Well done, well done. Good little pass off there. Ah, try to hit it on the green there on the right foot, but he got the physical, bro. He's got the physical. I don't want to do the Trivella. Oh, if it was timed, man. If it was timed, dude. Oh, I just needed one more run. Oh, come on. No. Need one more run there for that pass across. Guys doing fancy flicks, huh? Have to cancel that. When your players are doing a lot of emphasis touches, you gotta be mindful of that, right? Little speed boost. Touch. Oh, the angle. Sometimes you get it through their legs or something, right? So there's a little bit of a defensive play there. Oh, what a save. That one goes in. I got those greens in this game for sure. You know what I'm really feeling with this card? In the future, guys, I'm really thinking like the way that he's generally playing right now, right? You know the right mid position, how he has like wide playmaker on that? Someone could make a crazy variation in the future with a 3-back where wide formations in that area could be cool to work with. You know? Just letting you know. That is something to consider with him. Oh, I tried it, man. I tried it. Hey, he's there, bro. He's there helping me out regardless. I'll make that side position play at some point. If we go here, he's already there, you see? So it's just a matter of like how you end up utilizing him, right? Like over here, I can do this. He's in a side position. I can do a through ball. Maybe go for a cross. And then just miss the net entirely. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like he has really, really like high right mid tendencies for someone that is meant to attack and defend, I would say, right? Not necessarily fully as a center mid, because I think he would need more defensive stats unless you're using him in this way that I have him being used right now, where he's like very attacking minded with the half winger. See, like he's in the side position there. But yeah, like right mid position, like I don't know, there could be a 3-back in the future where crossing becomes super relevant. Like boom, again, maybe we score that, we don't. The side position, if you have an anchor on him, pace to kind of like get through there, right? Ah, See, that's why I'd want to use him mainly as an actual right mid. I need to see like wide playmaker on him. I'm very like curious about that. Like just to see what the feel is for that card in that area, you know? There it is. A speed boost with the lengthy to get into those areas is going to be nice depending on how you utilize that, right? Wide playmaker is activated so quick there. So noticeable. The right mid position helps on the build up. It's interesting. It's an interesting one for sure. You see where he's positioned? He would help out in the build-up play in those situations. So it's interesting. It wouldn't be a horrible decision to give him like a dribbling and defensive boost. I gotta take a look at that afterwards. There it is. Nicely done, nicely done. Good little finish there. Oh my goodness. Oh, unlucky, man. Ooh, almost. I wanted to get that touch to go on the inside there. No! They always do that. That has to be fixed from the goalies. Registration there is really poor. Lol. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the Iwobi card. So we have to mention that it is an added variable to have specific things on the card. It would have been very interesting if he actually had the right back position change as well, because, listen, we were trying him out on the anchor just to kind of showcase if you were to give him the lengthy, working with the extra physical, the defense, the pace, but you can go in a direction of giving him a shadow and then just using him as an attack-minded center mid, right? So a suggestion that I have, and it depends on the tactics that people end up using, right? But a suggestion that I have is trying him out on like a half winger center mid position, because you don't necessarily want a player like this to be in the middle all the time on that attack, but when he's in the side area, you can utilize physical presence, sometimes defensive plays in those spots to kind of get possession of the ball and to attack in certain ways as well, right? Like you just need that one bit of pace to get in behind, utilize the physical a little bit, go for a driven pass. That's the general play style that I'm feeling with this card, right? Like if in the future there's some sort of like, because again, with the new patch coming out, you never know, right? But in the future, if there's any sort of patch that comes out where a 3-5-2 is effective and having a wide playmaker in the right mid position is a cool thing to work with, this is that type of player that you play in that role because he has defensive capabilities, right? So that is mainly for the right mid position, the center mid position, but it all depends on the roles that you play. So for a concept card that will do his role in a decent way in game, I don't really mind the SBC at 50 something K, to be honest. I would mind it more if I didn't realize that he had the center mid position change, to be honest. If it was like just strictly right mid, it's like, oh, you know, like I kind of have to use like a 4-back. But with a card like this, you do have like a rotation policy within your team as well, right? Where it's like, hey, like I'm playing a 3-back, but I have a left back that can play in the left mid position. I have a center back that can play in the right back position. So I can switch from a 3-back to a 4-back into a 4-4. Like that, it's that rotation policy that I'm talking about, right? Like you can switch that if you want, but it obviously depends on the players that you have in your team. Like Eder Militao, I don't think they give him a right back position change, do they? No. So maybe like Koundé. I think Koundé has one, right? Koundé would be that guy. Okay, so that's like a variation that you can work with, right? There's your rotation policy just from that. So right back, or he plays center back and a 3-back. Oh, I need to switch to a 4-back. Now I can switch him into the right back position. So like that's what I'm saying. Like there's those variables you can work with, because that's how SBCs are nowadays with the individual cards, is that every card is usable, but it depends on the role that you give them. Like I said, I had him on half winger because that's kind of like how I see him being used. Like, oh, this is going to be the guy that kind of like pushes off to the side, plays that general space. But then even as a wide playmaker, getting involved from the right mid position and kind of acting like a midfielder that could do defensive plays if we lose possession of the ball, that's how you kind of use him, right? So in my opinion, I think 50 something K, decent price. You know, it's I always say this in my player reviews, that like that's the general price range for concept cards. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if you need links in your teams with specific players, or there's formations in the future where you can kind of utilize them in those sort of ways, and it's still going to be pretty decent to work with. So I understand the dislikes because people are looking at it from a very meta perspective for sure, but I don't know, man. I feel like you can work with the body type and physical presence in certain situations with this card, especially on that that lengthy, if you use them in that specific way. So it just depends. It depends on how you want to use them. He doesn't have the play styles to always constantly be defensive, but what you notice with him is like it's the physical part, right? Like to chase after someone, to bully them off the ball. I feel like he still does a really solid job in that area. And like I said, when you give him a shadow and you're playing him in that like right center mid area, he still has like decent interceptions, decent standing tackle for this point in the game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like 50K, it's like the ballpark of what these cards usually should be like, because their fodder is low. Like I'm pretty sure you guys have like, what is it? This one's an 81 rated team, I think, right? 81 with 1 inform. The informs are discard. You probably have a bunch of untradables that are in your team that are discard. Boom, that's 1 team down, 2 teams down, right? This is an 82 rated. Yeah, so like that's why I always say, like, if you put these guys around 50K, like, brother, you guys probably have this from like duplicate storage, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're only going to use your duplicate storage for like the high rates for like the really good SBCs that come out. But I don't mind this SBC. I don't. I think a lot of people are going to have like 81s and 82s, a low inform 80 in their team, and they're just going to chuck them in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I will catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.